just to finish, we all know with JT Miller as the next probably big name that's kind of been talked about. Elias Pettersson, of course, hasn't been taken completely off the board as being a trade candidate too. Does this take the Hurricanes out of the JT Miller running? And or could they potentially even make that deal too?
I don't think, I mean, yes, it probably does, but I don't think it has to. I think that there is still a path that they could acquire JT Miller. It all depends on what the Canucks are looking for in return. There's been a report that the Hurricanes said absolutely no to Nietzsche's in a deal with Miller. Does that mean that Vancouver's going to kind of settle with Kotkaniemi and maybe Scott Morrow and another pick or something? Or does it mean that they're, I don't know. But I think that they definitely do have the potential to make a deal still. Like they still have the assets, they still have the future cap space. I think the Hurricanes have like 34, $35 million in cap space for next year. If they move out Kotkaniemi, that's a little over 4 million. Obviously, you're gonna have $8 million for JT Miller and then probably another 13 for Rantanen. So like it's gonna be hard to do, and that's gonna be a lot of cap space. But I don't think it's impossible for the Hurricanes to do that, and I think it would be in their best interest. Rantanen, we talked about how he can play center. He's done fairly well at center.
Mm.
He's much better on the wing,
Yeah.
and that's the best place for him. So if they can get JT Miller in behind Sebastian Aho, I think you do it, like if it's an option. And whether it's going to take, like I said, if it's going to take Kotkaniemi and Scott Morrow, again, as long as it's not including Nikishin, I think that it's a deal that you can try and figure out. And they do have other prospects. So like
Mm.
we saw a few years ago, what was the trade? The Hronik trade.
Mm.
They traded Bo Horvat for futures and then flipped those futures for Philip Hronik. So
Yeah.